This is Jer-Don with econtractors again, and this is it. This is part 4. This is the last part of our video for this series of videos and what we're going to be doing. And today, if we look at what we've done so far, we've added makeup, we've lightened eyes. Let's take a look at the original. We go all the way back to the original just to show people that's what we started with. This is what we have now. Big difference, huge difference. Got rid of the bags under her eyes, the darkness under her eyes. Got rid of some of the makeup that she overdid herself. Added some lipstick. Apparently she forgot to put it on. And then finally today what we're going to do is we're going to lighten the hair, add some color into this shirt, and then maybe get rid of some of this back here and soften the skin. So we got to get moving. So the first thing we want to do is we want to add some highlights to her hair. So we're going to do that with a levels adjustment. And you should know the routine by now. And if you haven't watched my other ones, we're going to add some color there and bring this here, bring this down here, like that, and then hit OK. And then I'm going to get a really soft brush, which I already have one picked out here. And then we're going to fill that in. And then I'm just going to go through with this brush and just kind of brush in some highlights. You know, this is kind of fun. Something again she'd have to pay somebody to do, and we're doing it for free for her. So, and I just go with whatever the way the hair is going, kind of thing, and kind of brush into the I guess the way the hair is flowing. And you can see that this is actually going pretty well here. So we're just adding highlights, and we can change our brush size as well. So. And then, you know, brush lighter, pretty good here, and here, and down like that. Now what we want to do is we just want to lighten this level just a little bit, something like that. And now look, before, after, before, after. We're just giving her highlights. She owes me another $75 for the hairdo. Now, next we're going to work on her outfit. We've lost, this has got kind of flattened out, and it's probably from the flash when they took the picture. So again, we're just going to do a levels adjustment, and we are going to darken this bad boy up. Yeah, that's a nice gray. I like that gray. It's very dark. We're going to hit OK, and we're going to fill in the layer, and then we're going to just grab a brush, and we're going to kind of brush in all this gray. Since we're going to be hitting hair, you got to be a little bit careful. Try not to hit her skin there. And we're going to come in here. I'm trying to move a little fast because we still got to do skin softening, and we're limited by time in YouTube. So, and I really don't want to run too many more videos. Here's a great tip. We're going to just alt click. I think I went over this. And if you haven't watched the other videos, I recommend that you go back. You can see here we have all this to do. Here, missed this. It's kind of a good way to see what you've missed and what you haven't. And there's probably hair in there, so watch that. That was her arm. Okay, so let's all click back out of here and see kind of what we did here. So we're going to alt click back on this again, and then what we're going to do is let's turn it on and off so you can see we've added a lot of color. We're just bring the opacity down just a little bit on this, like maybe 50%. Again, there it is. Just add some color to her shirt. It's all the color that she probably was naturally there when she took a picture. This flash probably just blew it out, so we're making it maybe 44%. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to soften the skin. What I do with this is kind of like the final part. Shift Alt Command E puts a final of everything you've done below above in a final composition like this, which is kind of cool. Then I want to command click on the command layer, and it puts a blank layer below, or actually on top. We want to put it below here, this layer, and we're going to get rid of this. Okay, and then what we want to do with this layer is I want to, number one, I want to just take this, find that color. Actually, I can make it any color I want, but I want that color, and I'm going to fill this in. Option delete, and then I wanted to put a layer mask on her up here. Oops, wrong thing. I'll just move this up here. I want to go up here, add a layer mask, And then I want to fill it in with black. Actually, I'm going to fill it in with white. So watch this. We're going to just go like this. Now, if we go in here and we go with black, what black will do is give us the ability to get rid of some of these hairs. And what it's seeing is since we put the same exact color behind it, it's seeing the background color. And we got to come in here. We got to kind of be careful here not to... You may want to use a harder edge brush for something like this. Just because we're just basically giving her a nice haircut. And then, you know, this is before, oops. And let's go X here. Give a little bit of our texture back. Here we go. There we go. Trimmed up her hair, so now it's not a distraction when you look at it. We left some of the texture there. You want to actually come in here and just kind of like that. Got a few loose strands over here too. We just want to just get rid of them like this. And again, this now you're focused more on your model and less on her hair that's flying all over the place. The last thing we want to do is we're just going to make another layer on top of it like this, and then we're going to soften. And how we do this is with a layer style. So you're going to hit filter, blur, and you're going to do a Gaussian blur. And that's usually enough right there. You don't want to do too much. Hit OK. You want to add a layer mask, and then basically fill it in, and then Command ++, and you just want to start basically, switch this up to white, just start filling in. You can see you're losing all that detail. We're going to bring it back, don't you worry. And you want anywhere there's skin, because you want to soften everything the same here. Okay, and then shift here, come up in here, go through here, and there's like just a few places, and I'll go over them here in a second. We're kind of over softening right now, and you'll see why here in a second. Come here, here, okay, here, and then I'm going to come down here. Soften here. Okay, and there we go. And then I'm going to switch to X. And there's a few places that you never soften, so let's make our key here a little smaller. You know, obviously, you know, corners of the mouth, the nose, the nostrils on your nose, the eye here. Definitely want this detail in the eye. So we're going to bring all that back. Make this a little smaller. Again, you want the eyebrows nice and really punched out here. Anything on the hairline, and we're going to go right down here. We'll do the same thing on this side. Her lips here, we did go through all that work not to see them. And here and here. Now, and I told you at the very beginning, I am not a big fan of, a lot of people over soften women, and I think their natural beauty is that they have skin texture. So myself, so we're going to Command minus, and we cut a little bit down here on this. Let me just get rid of this real quick. Bring the sharpness back here, sharpness back in our hair here and in here. Then we're going to take this level, we're going to bring it down to like 22%. So we softened her skin, but we still have texture there. So you can still see all this great texture up in here. Before, after, before, after, before, after. Here, let me zoom in a little bit so you can just see this, because it's hard to see from out there, but this is before, after, before, after. Now if we wanted to, just go like this, and every bit raises the amount of softness that we have. So now we have before, after, And you can see again we still have some great texture, minus, but at the same time we've softened up the skin, made her look. Again, this is what we started with. Are you ready, folks? You ready to cry? Because this is it. Oops. That's not it. This is it. This is what we started with. This is what we have now. That's what we started with. This is what we have now. Started with. Now. A big difference. Looks 100 times better. This is something we could use for print if we had to, for an ad campaign, whatever. So again, thank you for watching all 4 parts. We have other series coming out, again, for the beginner and intermediate. Our advanced courses will be coming out later. We have 2 workshops coming up this fall in Pennsylvania. We also have the ability, you can watch us online, you can join us online for these workshops. So again, thank you, Walter Jer-Don with eContractors.